What up, Detroit? It's Rob Parker. Coming up on Shop Talk, we debate Matthew Stafford. Is he progressing or regressing? Former Pistons point guard Lindsey Hunter stops by the shop. Also, Lomas Brown breaks down the Lions against the Vikings this weekend in Minneapolis. Shop Talk starts right now. Some people think the best place to talk about sports is on the radio. No way, no how. It's in the barbershop. I should know. I'm a sports analyst. Detroit is a 5-point favorite. Devin, save your money, I know. And I own a barbershop in Detroit. And the cats in the barbershop, they think they know everything about sports.
Get ready for Rob Parker's Shop Talk. Real sports, real talk.
This is Shop Talk.
Welcome into Shop Talk on this Saturday. I'm Rob Parker. Let's kick it off with Getting Rob, where you get my take on the biggest sports stories of the week. We start with Sunday Night Football. Peyton Manning has a chance, if he throws 3 touchdowns, to pass Brett Favre for the most touchdowns in NFL history. The number would be 509. Will this change his legacy at all?
Now it's time for the big debate.
You know, remember, he's only on a 1-year contract for next year with the Tigers, whereas Verlander is just kicking in that big $28 million a year for the next 5 years. So there was a little bit of that, don't you think?
It is definitely the respect and the past history of what Justin Verlander has done in the past, because he has done nothing to merit even really, some can argue he maybe shouldn't even be nothing but about the 4th starter, actually, based off how he's played
but
this
Rick
year.
Porcello did pitch poorly. They've lost his last 6 starts, so I think that's why Verlander got moved up.
But Porcello has been pitching good, but the bullpen has lost a lot of them starts that Porcello had.
Forgive me, and that's to say the least. Justin Verlander has been getting rocked all year, so to give him the second start in the series, definitely respect.
Justin Verlander we talking about right here. This ain't a scrub, all right? You paid him that money for a reason. I'm just saying, hold on, whoa.
But isn't it based on performance? Shouldn't performance play? But we know money always factors in. Money is always an equation, right?
This little bit right here. He got the contract now. He's going to deliver. Give him a chance, all right? We here. Let him get his foot in the door.
He got the contract, and now he's delivering the pieces to his house every night, because he ain't did nothing since he got the contract.
He's not only been one of the worst in the rotation, he's been one of the worst in the American League all year.
And you got to admit, Mo, he has a chubby ERA this season. That's all I'm going to say.
Check out the Shop Talk Rundown. Here's what's coming up. More Shop Talk is on the way. Stick and stay, Detroit. Now it's time for Homeboy Highlights.
All right, this week's homeboy is Michigan State Spartan running back Jeremy Langford. Last week against Nebraska, Langford rushed for 111 yards on 29 attempts and got into the end zone for 1 touchdown. This season, he's rushed for a total of 451 yards on 91 carries, averaging 5 yards a carry and 4 touchdowns.
What's up? How y'all doing?
All right, we welcome in Lindsey Hunter, of course, 2-time NBA champion, former Piston, former head coach of the Phoenix Suns, and one of the members of the Pit Bulls during that championship run with the Pistons. But Lindsey, let's start with the Pistons. And they have a new coach in Van Gundy. Just tell me about him with this roster.
I think, with the roster not changing much, I think he's kind of going to experiment. It's kind of trial by fire and see how the personnel fits with what he wants to do.
We welcome in one of my favorite people, Special K, Greg Kelser, former Michigan State star, former Piston, and of course, longtime color man for the Pistons on Fox Sports Detroit.
I like them all. I think Parker and Wiggins are somewhat similar in size, and when you look at the people that they're being compared to, it suggests that they're going to be terrific scorers at the NBA level. I noticed that Parker is being compared to Paul Pierce, and we know what Paul Pierce has been able to do for a number of years in the NBA, similar size. Wiggins is being compared to a younger scorer in Paul George.
Time to change gears. Here's hip hop news.
Hey, it's your girl Elle Beasley, and here's the latest in hip hop news. The American Music Awards generally isn't a heavily rap-oriented award show. However, the big wigs in hip-hop generally do get a nod, and this year is no exception.
Now it's time for Trash Talking Twitter.
Miles Jackson at Eyes on the Prize says, at Shop Talk, Joseph Randall, did you buy a $100,000 car and a $400,000 house on a league minimum and now forced to steal? Hashtag dummy.
If you want to trash anyone or anything in sports, hit us up on our Twitter. It's Shop Talk's Cut of the Week.
Yo, what up? It's your man Small right here, man. We got the cut, we got the all even, the tape in the back, crispy strap line on it.
Now it's time for At the Movies with Greg.
He's this guy who's ready to expose and really kind of like get the right thing out for people. Yeah. And my goodness, they just want to jump all over him.
Yeah, it's terrible, I think. You know, It's interesting too. You know, I learned a lot about journalism and relationship with your editors and.
All right, now it's time for No Way, No How, where we preview the Lions' upcoming game this week. Welcome in Lomas Brown, of course, former Lion, Super Bowl champ with Tampa Bay, and he also went to the championship with the Giants.
Yeah.
Let's break down the Lions against the Minnesota Vikings on the road.
Well, I think the Lions are at the point where we have to win this game right here. It's a divisional game. We're going on the road, still a young quarterback. So I'm going to say we're going to put up 24, and we're going to hold Minnesota. They're going to get 17.
I got 27-24 Minnesota.
Oh, wow. Wow, Rob. They need it, Rob. They got to have it.
Now it's time for Prep Talk.
6'2", 180, and over 20 college offers. That's all that needs to be said about King wide receiver Donnie Corley.
Now it's time for the Debate Challenge.
This week we welcome in Jeff Rieger from 97.1 The Ticket. Jeff, of course, gets his hair cut at Great Clips in Livonia. I don't disagree with that, but the picture's bigger though, Jeff. Who hired him? Dave Dombrowski. This isn't a second guess. It's a first guess. A lot of people, when he was hired, said that Brad Ausmus shouldn't get this job, an unproven rookie manager with a championship caliber team.
I don't disagree with that, and it was a wrong hire, and I don't think he's going to get fired. I think he keeps his gig, but I think you work with the pieces you're given, and what we've seen in the playoffs, not being able to differentiate from what he normally does, going to Jabba 2 games in a row, pitching Verlander in game 2, who lasted 5 instead of David Price. Are you kidding me? It was Ausmus. You get to that point, you got to the playoffs, and Ausmus wrecked it for his team.
Here's the Instagram shop of the day.
Check out Unique Barbershop, 7157 Michigan Avenue. Call them at 313-297-7762.
If you want your shop featured, hit us up on our Instagram account, Shoptalk TV.
Now it's time for a segment we call What You Sportin'.
What You Sportin' is sponsored by Bob's Classic Kicks on Woodward in Detroit.
This week we welcome in Vinny, and we also welcome in, of course, Tico, the co-owner here at Sporty Cuts and one of our A1 barbers. Vinny, what you sporting?
You know, in honor of these two gentlemen right here, being the members of the 50 and Up Club, I decided to come with these Adidas that's about 50 years old.
Wow.
But y'all see they clean. What y'all know about it?
Tico, what you sporting?
I got on these LeBron James right here. You know, youth edition for Vinny right there.
Tico, I like yours. But you know what? Vinny, I'm going to give it to Vinny to throw back. Those are sweet. Yeah. He is the winner.